This playthrough is rated T for teen.
This is heavy, Doc. Do you mean to say I'm in 1955? Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Dark Cloud. In the last episode, we had to deal with battle seizure robots as we built the Sun Giant and fought the Dark Genie, but only to find out that that genie was a rat who gotten caught up in the soaked up the energy of the jar that he had been sealed in. So now we're in the Gallery of Time. Thanks to Seda himself, and now we must get to the bottom, go through time to get to the Dark Genie and stop him from becoming as powerful as he is. So let's see if we can make it today. Off screen, I did some grinding before coming here just to get my weapons up to not quite max, but I want to get them really close to getting their final weapons, or at least the final shots to get like Ruby and Toan's last shot. Since we're doing the dungeon, at some point you need to have one ranged fighter and one melee fighter at max or close to max weapons, and good defensive stats and HP stats. You know, finding all the fruits, foods for your companions and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm choosing Toan and Ruby. The only person I would suggest not beefing up for the final boss is Osmond, because of just how his weapon works, and he's not as effective as he should be. But that, I mean, he can't. It is possible to get him to work, but he is not as efficient as everyone else is. So. Alright, so anyway, let's get Toan up to the next to last weapon at this point. So, to get the 7-branch sword up to the Atlamillian sword, I'll just show you your stats here. I think the big thing is that, like, fire, thunder, and wind, I believe, are the big ones for this one. I think also some of your enemy weaknesses had to be at, like, 60, I think, is what it is for him. But anyway, let's build this up to Atlamillia sword, which is the before the final weapon of the game. Nice. Builds up to the name of being the Atlamillia, and the stones we've been trying to get after this whole time. So to build it up into the final weapon of the game, we need to have strength of 130, MP of like 110, I think, or something like that. Thunder needs to be at like I think at like 90 or something crazy like that, and Holy needs to be at like 92. Enemy weaknesses I think need to be at 70 for most of them, except for a few. But I did all that off screen by getting like diamonds and just working on those slowly over the course of the game, just to build up. Because luckily for weapon build up, enemy weaknesses or strength, or however you want to pronounce it, are never restricted by the weapon, so you can always work on those in between like levels that you maybe don't need to worry about. So alright, for anyway, we need to start working on this. So what I want to do to get this busted up to the next level is get I finally got the drain seeker to +5 and seeked it, so that's gonna, look at that chunk back up, or sorry, I guess MP needs to be at least 100 or something like that. But yeah, max MP, got to attack at 138, so the only thing I'm missing is just the Thunder and Holy for this one. It needs quite a bit, so and off screen I fished a bit to get the rest of this stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just need 2 pearls and 4 parados to finish this off, so we'll work on those slowly but surely. And then Miss Ruby's pretty close too. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get her to +6 to get her final weapon. Yeah, her build-up requires, I think her attack needs to be like 110. Her MP needs to be at like 210. And her fire needs to be at 70, I believe. So we're pretty close on that one. Or not 70, I think it's like 80. But anyway, we're pretty close. So I just need to... I was just going to do another Sapphire and a Ruby to get that to that point. Alright. Anyway, I'll eventually, since we're just gonna fight through these dungeons. So, but anyway, what we fought earlier, I guess to go through all this thing, we're in the Gallery of Time. It's the final dungeon of the game, and there's a lot of stuff here. So let's go over. Sorry if I'm pausing a whole lot. I have to look up all the enemy strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. So we fought an evil bat. You can possibly steal antidote drinks from it. It doesn't drop anything, and it's a flying type, just like previously before. Got the Dark Flower. It is He could possibly drop premium waters, but we can't steal anything from him, and is technically a plant-like creature for the purposes of fighting him, so keep that in mind. This is another case where there's not a whole lot of enemy straight-up weaknesses, but at this point, because of how much I beefed up my weapons, I'm going to probably go through most of these guys pretty quickly, and I'm going to try to just get through this and get the enemies for the floors and just continue on. Although this dungeon isn't too bad overall, despite being the penultimate dungeon. Actually, it is. I don't know why I said penultimate. It's not. For the last dungeon of the game, story-wise, anyway. I'll go over that whenever we beat the game, all that. So, anti-goo. But yeah, since didn't want to do that. Good thing. I mean, I could probably handle it. So. Oh, and I misspoke a little bit in the previous episode. For some reason, I was thinking that as soon as you hit the gallery of time, you can't. Ooh, clown in a box. You're gonna die, clown. I mean, happy clown. What did I do last time? Small box. Let's try a big box. Give me that present. Ooh, Buster Sword. I don't need it, but thanks. Oh yeah, I guess I should just switch to oh, we got another new enemy, Accursed Dancer. Let me look that up really quick. Accursed Dancer, you can possibly steal throbbing cherries from them, and they can possibly drop anti-curse amulets. Let me see. I have to look up. There's actually two different menus for. Or two different things I have to look up for the purposes of enemy weaknesses, because the way some of these were done. He has no monster weakness, so he is neutral on that one. That's what I had to look up. So, oh yeah, yeah. Did you see what he looked like? Remember from the very beginning of the game, those people that did that dance to release the genie? Now, one other thing I have to mention while going through this is I'll show you the. Oh right, I have to go Osmond. Yeah, with Osmond, Zhao is worthless basically now at this point in the game. Okay. I'll talk. You know the backends here, how I have to show every single backend of the game? Well, because of a bug in the American version of the game, the backend item, the duster or whatever, got dummied out or something. Well, okay, I guess it's not technically dummied out because it's still in there, but it won't queue in when you kill enemies. So I'll never be able to show you the backend on the American version. What I'll try to do is maybe in a bonus episode, maybe I'll try to find a Japanese copy or just emulate the Japanese version of the game just to show it off. I've heard people have hacked the original American version through emulation and fixed the bug on it, but since I'm playing from a physical version, I don't have that, so I'd have to emulate that version too, so that's another option for me as well. Big painting in the wall. There's a carpet in the front. Use item. But yeah, we had to dust it. But yeah, the American version, that was never fixed. And as far as I'm aware of, they didn't fix it in the PAL version either. It's just the Japanese version that has it. People claim that they've gotten the duster, but from everything I've researched, that it wasn't. Like I said, it got bugged in the official version. And as far as I'm aware of, they never fixed it in the re-release either. Oh, but yeah, there's still Atla in this. We've got one more set of Atla, except this type of Atla is a bit different. Get father. Although I did like the last levels building, where you had to build up the giant in this case. But we're building up something a little bit different with this Atla, but it'll come clear when we actually leave the floor and actually look at the main area. But the cutscene obviously starts here. Man, look at how much damage I'm doing to these guys, like 700 or whatever. So I think we're pretty good for the I mean, if I just had these weapons and I got to the Dark Genie, I think I would be fine, but I want to get my ultimate weapons before doing that, at least for Ruby and Toan. Off screen, I might try to get the other characters' weapons, though I'm not as inspired to do so because I won't use them. Oh, we get crowning day. Did I get? Okay, I finally got the drop, the clock hands, which is what we need. I was thinking to myself, I haven't got it yet, and yeah, it finally dropped after all this time. So that was Where's my weapon ABS going? Oh, okay, we're almost at the next level. And I've got quite a few power-up powders if I just want to get my weapons there, but we still got a bit of dungeon to go before we fight the Dark Genie, so I can afford not to worry about those. And like I said, I might use those clock hands. Hands of a large clock shines mysteriously. Save the clock tower! Save it! Yeah, struck in 1955. It hasn't worked since then. But yeah, let's leave the dungeon just to show you where the what the overarching area is. So yeah, Seda like stabbed himself and summoned us into the gallery of time. But what the Fairy King? You don't pop up out of nowhere? You're just here? Well, what do you got, man? Hi. Don't let Seda's death be in vain. There's another Seda awaiting your arrival. That Seda's the one who created Genie. We can save the world if we can stop the Genie's creation. Not many can cross the gallery of time, but you can. I believe in you. Can I buy some items? Yeah, the Fairy King becomes a shop for the final bit of the game. So, there's a few items I'd probably suggest I'll probably at some point, I'll probably just end up selling all these poison apples because you can fish, but, well, hold on. So the Fairy King, yeah, we can actually buy gems from him. So now I don't have to fish anymore, and I've had a decent amount of money. So for the rest of the game, I can just buy stuff here. Although I actually have everything I need for the main characters. I might buy some diamonds to max out their enemy weaknesses or whatever. But yeah, we don't have to fish anymore. And look at all the money I've got. I can at least afford 20 gems, and that should be enough for the rest of the game. So I'll probably end up just selling the rest of this fruit. Actually, let's just sell some of this stuff now. Eventually I will want to buy quite a few things for preparation for the final bit of the game, like water, but I've got most of it already ready to go just from having it in stock in like hoarding it over the course of the game. Yeah, I don't need those anymore. So what else do you sell? Let's see. Yeah, items. Yeah, we'll definitely buy quite a few premium chickens. We're going to need that for the final boss for healing purposes. Not too many waters, like 5, and I think I've got most of the water already. Yeah, so. And stamina drinks, I think I'm good on stamina drinks. So you only need like 5 or 6 anyway. It's really the premium chickens you'll need, and maybe some stand-in powders for some accidental death and everything like that. So, but anyway, let's check what else you can buy. So, yeah, we can check in items now, so we can still do that if we want to. Actually, let me just drop off all these poison apples, so that way if I do want to fish off screen to try and get the Gorion sword max leveled up, I could do that, but that's not a high priority for me. And what else you got? Also, we can buy attachments, but which, I mean, obviously are cheaper, but it's better just to save your money and buy the gems, which is why I strongly suggest at this point in the game eventually getting the big buck hammers so that you can get the greed ability or whatever for them. So, and then let's go out. Oh yeah, here where we can go to the gallery time, or the Dark Haven Castle. Now, the reason I said in the last episode thinking that we were stuck here after beating it is some treasures in Osmond's factory will disappear after you activate the Sun Giant. So I don't know if all of them disappear, but some of them do. So you have to be kind of careful about that. So, yeah, here we are. We can go outside if we want to, but there's really no reason to do that. So anyway, all right. So let's go back to the Gallery of Time and continue going back in time. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, let's keep going to 18 years ago. What awaits us 18 years ago? I don't know. Let's keep going. I'll try to switch in between Ruby and Toan. Night of the ceremony. Night of the funeral? No, not quite. Oh, more dark flowers. Oh, ouch. It seems like everything in here is like dark or evil. Oh, we actually can use Zhao, even though... Actually, let me see if Osmond can be used for this. Yep. So we don't even need to use freaking Zhao anymore. Like, come on, game. You just basically killed a character's usefulness. Like, I mean, the point of some of the characters where they were supposed to have unique, like, interactions on stages, but with Osmond, he basically negates, like, you know, Zhao completely. So anyway, we maxed out the Atlamillia sword on that, so let's upgrade it. Alright, let's get those Parados fill it up. So this might max out my attack too while I do this, or get pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, just one more. Oh, do I need a... Oh, no, I think I have a Thunder, don't I? Yeah. So, actually, let me do that so we can get 90 on that. Okay. Alright. Ooh, we got the clock hands early this time. Alright. I'll still grab treasure chest, just, like I said, just in case for money to save 4 gems later on. But because of the power-up powders, like, I've got so many of them, I'm not as worried about, like, gaining my levels on screen. I can always grind for that off screen if I really want to. But, and in between the last episode and this episode, I did do a little bit of grinding, I'll admit. I went back to, like, and basically all it was to get the Drain Seeker to level 5 and stuff like that, and preparing for... Oh wait, no, I guess I still do have to kill some guys because of that one room. Yeah, there's a like most of the dungeons since like the forest, you still have the you have to find a key to get certain rooms, you know, the extended rooms. Just the only thing I won't find is the dusters. So, no, well, I wish, yeah, I wish they didn't mess that up during coding. But I think, you know, you're probably wondering, how does something like that happen when all that the American company or the company that has to translate the game, that's all they have to do. Well, you'd be surprised how often the outside of just straight up translating, how often the companies that get the game will mess with the code to either censor stuff or whatever. And sometimes, oh yeah, pitch dark key is what we wanted. But you'd be surprised how often that they didn't, like, some coders didn't know what they did, or they, you know, for those who know about coding, if you program a thing and it works the first try with nothing happening, you're like, something should have happened. That's something should have went wrong. That's not good, you know, that type of thing. But they didn't double check their work, so. And that happened quite a bit back in the old day. Even those who were, oh yeah, I guess I could have read it with the pitch dark key. Well, we'll run it. Okay, we got another one. Billy! I don't know what's up with these names. There's actually quite a few fun names later on, so let's see. Billy. Let me pull up Billy really quick. Billy. You can steal thunder gems from them, and they can drop thunder attachments, as you can see in their character look. Just, you can tell they're full of piss and vinegar and lightning. They are mage types, so if you have high mage attack, then they will take that damage. So, oh, ouch. Luckily, my defense is pretty high, so I'm not taking too much damage because I got lucky with some drops on you. So, all right, get more Atla. Got the moon is out. You're probably wondering, what are we doing with all this Atla? Like, a lot of it doesn't look like it builds into anything. It'll become clear when we beat the dungeon specifically. So, yeah, the heal thing is actually kind of interesting too, because it's just like some mural or something like that. So, even though I hardly use everyone else, I always just like. I always like getting everyone else healed too, just in case if I forgot. And even though everyone has quench on their weapons at this point, so if you do get thirst, it'll just be from me forgetting to, you know, water my things. Outside of that, other than having the ultimate weapons, the only thing I'm really missing, and it's not a big deal for me, is some extra attributes adding to your weapon. Like, one is an ability called Stop, which you get from the Ancient Sword, I believe, which obviously you can build it up from a previous... oh yeah, I can skip the rest of these games that I forgot. Because I already got the pitch dark key from earlier. The Ancient Sword can possibly drop in this dungeon somewhere. And it has the Stop ability, which is like the Throbbing Cherry. So there's a chance that if you have that ability, you might they might just stop moving, for example. Another ability you can get is Poison, which comes from a scorpion staff or a spear that's Ungaga's weapon. I don't know why I went to this room. I already got all the treasure. Man, what was wrong with me? You can buy the scorpion spear from the fish, using fish points if you want to, or you can get it to drop in the Sun and Moon Temple after floor 9, I believe is when that occurs. Let's see. Alright, let's put the hands on the clock face and touch the clock. Touch the clock. Move the clock. Be the clock. And once again, this kind of reminds me of like Time Gal or Time Traveler. God, I wonder if anyone remembers those types of games. So, man, those are old school, that's for sure. But anyway, we made, well, a decent amount of progress, mainly for me, looking at my weapons and everything like that. But there's so much more dungeon to go. Where in time will we head up next? Will the Fairy King finally be useful? Well, I mean, it seems like he already is. Well, whatever happens, find out next time in the next episode of Dark Cloud. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. What do you mean I didn't press my clock timer on my phone and missed some time here? Well, stop the music. We gotta keep playing some more. Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to press my stop timer on it, so I just guessed it when that episode should end. I guess I could have ended it there, but I was like, nah. Let's just actually let's go ahead and heal that. So yeah, sorry about that. Made you think we were ending a little early. So no, too much more game to go. So okay, so we got another new enemy here, Living Armor, which is technically just a reskin of an old enemy, but we won't call it out if they want. All right, Living Armor. We can't steal anything from it, and they could possibly drop stones. Hooray, the worst item in the game. Great, thank you. Thanks for playing the game here. And they are metal creatures for the purposes of weakness. Sorry, I'm looking up their weaknesses. They are weak to lightning, like their cousins from before. Oh yeah, and they're metal. Sorry, I don't know if I said something else on that. So, could just leave it on holy. Yeah, look at my holy; it's almost maxed out. And you know, with her, man, we're just wrecking these guys. But I did do a little bit of grinding to get to this point, so you know, it's worth just like being able to crunch people. But the thing is, like most of these, like I talked about before, most of these guys are just reskins, so they're just tougher versions of previous enemies. And it's even worse than the next dungeon, or I mean the penultimate dungeon. Ooh, another wow, we're getting a lot of happy clowns over this. What did I do last time? Small box, so big box then? I think it was the other way around. Ah, he chose poorly. Yeah, even Toan can one-shot guys now because of me building up the weapons and everything like that. Oh, there's the hands for the clock tower. So yeah, we can get at least one more floor out of the way. Oop, gooey state. All right. A little annoying, but luckily you can just switch to another ally, at least in this case anyway, so. Yeah, let's actually I was gonna see if we can get some of the treasure in here before we leave, but I don't know if it's worth all that to do that at this point. Like I said, I'm mainly using it for money, anything that I get in these dungeons. Although I could use it for gems for the purposes of fighting or upgrading everyone else's weapons, just to show you what the final weapons are. But the GUI condition is a little annoying. I got a torch. Now I'll just switch to someone else. Doesn't have to be Ruby. Whoa. Just someone who can actually run faster than Toan currently right now. What's this? The crown. Another crown. Crowns all abound, they say. Who shall wear the crown? The king? The queen? The prince? The princess? Nay, it be the knight. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I don't know, it just seems like Oz is on a mission when he's flying with his gun. He's just like, I got a gun. I know how to use it. Oh, I don't know if I ever talked about like Oz. He has a couple of different variations on his pistol. He has a machine gun pistol, a laser pistol, and a flamethrower pistol. Although most of the flamethrower pistols eventually upgrade into laser pistols. But I thought I'd mention that Osmond has a couple of different variations to his guns. Everyone else's weapons are... Ooh, we got Sophia. Who is that? I don't know. Like, everyone else's weapons are pretty straightforward other than having, like, maybe different ticks or weird, like, how they look. Osmond actually does have different, you know, like, shooting styles. Like, the machine gun I've shown you before where it just... you know, use your speed bar, and then you just shoot a bunch of like little mini bullets which don't do a ton of damage. The laser pistol is obviously the better damage because it's a single, you know, it's a one shot. It's like Ruby's ball of fire. You shoot it. Maybe at some point I'll try to see if I can find a laser pistol or buy one. Maybe go back to the Moon Factory and buy like a laser pistol for Osmond just to show it off. So I actually might be able to do one more floor. That one went by really fast. Yeah, let's do one more floor. Why not make up for me, like almost cutting off too early this time. Are you still? Oh, that's right. You're still. I should have left. Oh well. Just so I could reset the condition that he's in. What condition is he in? I don't know. That's my condition. My condition is in. Yeah, it doesn't matter what element Ruby's on. She's almost gonna one-shot unless she's like too far away. So you'd think at this point I'd be taking quite a few shots to finish them off, but no. Although it will take a while to we can force this trap because the Fish of Destiny has helped us. What do we get? A spear. The Terror Sword is actually not the next to last, but the one right before the next to last weapon for our good friend Ugaga. If I wanted to get his ultimate weapon, it wouldn't take me too long to do it. I would just have to buy a ton of gems. That's the problem with upgrading a weapon hasn't been worked on since the beginning of the game. Is you have to spend quite a few gems to max it out. Like if you built up a weapon since the very beginning of the game, you could afford to just do like some attachments here and then, and maybe upgrade a weapon and not have to get it to +5, for example. You could just status break it, or not status break it, upgrade it at lower levels. But for most of my weapons, I've been doing them up to +5, even if I could already go to the next weapon, just to make sure I had enough stats built in. Because you can build up any attribute that's enemy or element without restriction. It's just the attack and magic ones can be reduced artificially for the purposes of a... wait, did I ever get the... For some reason I thought I got the time key already. I don't know why I just didn't notice that or forgot I hadn't got it yet. It's just, yeah, sometimes I just have like mini brain aneurysms or something like that, even though I don't actually get those. But like just to explain like why I'll suddenly just be stupid for a second, you know? Like even though I just saw it, like I don't know, I guess age and all that. I didn't know you could even shoot across that. I said across his nose, not up it. Nope. That living armor is the waste of the cash. Alright, there we go. No more dancing for you. No more dancing mad. Whoops. I don't know why I kept trying to grab it. Ruby's like, I want to touch it. And we get a bed. Ooh, is it a comfy bed? Let me see if there's any other enemies in here. Probably not. I think it's another floor or two before we get any new enemies. And we'll run across them multiple times before. Yeah, I don't know why I went back there. Just usually it's after so many floors. So, and yeah, if you notice, we've been slowly going further and further back through time. Just I don't know why the forbidden spell doesn't let us just automatically go to the time location, but maybe it's based off like D&D style time travel where you don't automatically teleport there. You have to go through the streams of time. The only bad thing is you have to worry about the super phase doppelganger spiders or whatever they're called. I know that's not their actual name, but they're spiders that basically hide in the strands of time, and if you're unlucky, they'll just snap you up like a trapdoor spider. They're like, yeah, and you'll be eaten and lost in time. So don't do it. So, all right. Well, now we're done with time, and I don't know if I'll leave my old outro in or not with that, but that I did a little bit too early. But now we've got a destiny to behold us back further in time to where Sata's memories show us of the genie's creation. We'll defeat him, but we must go through many more time periods, many more ways. But find out what happens next time in the next episode of Dark Cloud. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.